Hello, welcome back. And we've got a review today. This is something I wanted as well, so it's not something I was offered. I had to contact them and plead. Yeah, what we're talking about today? Shit. We're talking about toilets. Ooh. So, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know our tiny home, we didn't have any tanks, cesspits, nothing like that. We didn't even have a toilet or a shower room. So we built one and we searched and searched the internet for the best sort of fitting compost toilet. We want to sort of be semi-off-grid. We didn't want the hassle. It's the money. You got to remember, you know, it's for the money it costs to build a septic tank here, you can buy a house. So spending 3 to 4 grand on having a septic tanks built, plumbed, everything else, we put that to kitting out the whole place. So we went with a company called Separett, and from lots of reviews online, and I do know another overlander, he's been doing the tiny. At the time for the place what we had there, we had a big space, and we fell in love with Separett's version. They're all made in Sweden as well, of the, what do you call it? We fitted the, gone blank. It's gone blank to me. Can't think what you call it now. It'll come back to me. We're going to be filming it anyway at the end of this video. So you can tell how raw and everything my videos are. It'll come to me when I'm not even thinking about it. But yeah, the version we've got is a bigger version. It's more of a house version, and it's got a built-in pipe, and it goes outside, and we sort of self-drain that. For this house, because we're higher up, and we haven't got the option of going through a wall as such, because we've got brick walls, that one's easier. We went for a different version. So we've decided to go this time for where you remove the wee. Now, I know a lot of people on here are going to be, and I've already seen one comment in another video about, you know, compost toilets. They're not for everyone. We understand that. The wind's getting up. So yeah, they're not for everyone. And, you know, I totally understand that, but we don't mind. I'm from, you know, background from narrowboats to campers, where I've lived with, like, most of them have been chemical toilets. You know, so we have to go and empty them all the time. And like for a lot of us van lifers, it's just second nature. We don't mind. And like for this project, we're not going silly overboard spending money. So anywhere where we can save some costs is brilliant. And this is one way. So we don't have to spend 3 to 4 grand now on big septic tanks for, you know, for a house we're just using at the moment as a sort of holiday home and for friends and family. So we've gone, I spoke to Separett and I messaged them and I explained we've already got one from you, which I bought and paid for, and that was, you know, I think we paid 780. And I noticed on their website they do a smaller version. Now for this little room we're in now, it's sort of, it's going to be a bit more compact because we're having wash machines and everything in here compared to the other place. So we only wanted something smallish here. So this is what we've got. We've gone for the tiny. Now this is sort of the same sort of price. Now with the tiny, this is a fantastic all round. So basically everything's in one box. You can move it. It's vented. You've got electric to this. It'll run off like a little plug. So you have fans built into this one. There is no chemicals needed, no water, no nothing. This one, you have the option of with urine or without, and we've gone for the container one, hence the big sticker. So, let me go down a bit. So, I'm going to open the box up and we'll show you everything what comes with it. But we do like the classic look of this. So it looks very modern, and that's why we've gone for this one instead of the bigger version, what we've got in our other place. And I'm going to take this home when I finish filming here, and I'll finish filming at our other place, and I'll put the two side by side so you can get a good idea, you know. So if you're planning on building a little off-grid house, anything like at your bottom of your garden, anything. I mean, what, you know, even at our house now, in our other house, we have got, in one of the spare rooms, a camping toilet. Because the house is split into two houses, so the toilet and everything's in one house, when you get up in the night and you want the toilet, we just go to the next room, like as if you was in the house, and we just use a camping toilet. So there's no difference, and we still have to empty that. So, you know, I know there's people who are like, just spend the money, just do this, and it's like, it's not for you. You can do whatever you want. For us, we are happy. My kids don't mind. Everyone's used to it. My kids used to empty my toilet. It shows. So, right, enough of all that crap. Let's get it out and we'll show you what it is. Right, I've emptied it all out the box because it's just easier when I'm doing everything with one hand. So, this is what you get. So, we love the look of that. The air vent at the back, but it's quite a classic look. It's quite a hard plastic, and it sort of fits. It goes against the wall nice as well. That's just really good and hides everything. So here's all your extras. So it comes with compostable bags. So you get 10 of them. So you can order these online. Depends what you do, because you can bag and go. Some you can even bury them with these bags if you want to, but or you can use, you know, take everything to a compost and make a proper original compost. So what you get here is this is like an extra sort of absorbent thing to go in the bottom of the bag. Lots of instructions, bag in every language, a book in every language. You get a spare tube. I believe this is if you want to do some extra extensions for the air. So obviously that would be used to go out the wall with a fan and vent on it. We've got screws. Here's your plug, and it comes in lots of different adapters. So you've got a blue thing there. This is to go on top of the box when you go and take it out. Rubber seal to put on the bottom. Extra electrics, I would say. This is for the 12 volt fan. So if you want to run it off a little battery, or you can run it off the plug. So I'm maybe thinking now, I've got a power pack. I'm wondering if I can put a USB on the end, if that would work. And then I can tuck a little thing to put it behind. So the toilet itself, it's a toilet. So on here, this does light up red when it's full. Nice instructions there. Sit on the back and all opens up. So this just goes up. Obviously, waste into the back. There's your toilet to empty out, and it's really big. So that's pretty good. And I do believe, so you undo one of these and you stick that there. And if I remember it rightly, that just sits on there. But also, so when you go, these are spares. So when you go to empty it, they're little holders, and now it will pour out. And then what you do, you put that back on there, and that screws back on there, and you pop it back into there, and done. This is your thing to do, and I've already prepped it all. So you undo this yellow ring and just put the bag in, and clips all back on. But you can also, obviously if you're going to take this somewhere, that does sit on top of there and clips on, and you can just carry that. There's a handle there. If you want to carry it to somewhere as it is, you can, instead of like taking the whole bag to where you need to go. Has got electric filters, so it runs all the time, super low wattage. We have one at the other house and you never even hear it. So the beauty of this is also, this isn't just for houses, you can run this anywhere. So like we're saying, you want a camper, a lot of people, if you look online, I've got these in campers, motorhomes, level. There we go, just doing it all with one hand. Drop it down, and this is very thick and quite like a, it's not porcelain, but it is, you know what I mean. I know that can move, so if you want for cleaning, obviously I'm touching this, I haven't used it yet. So, but yeah, that's a nice solid chunky bit of plastic. It's not something thin and plastic. Same with the lid. It's a very thick, you know, lid. But as you can see, that's quite a nice little thing. And the beauty is, in this room, we're not 100% sure yet, on the back is where you plug it in. So it plugs into here. I'll go and get the little power box. There's our air vent, but the air vent's up there. So I need something that gets up there. So we're trying to work out, I may chop that off with a bit of flexi pipe straight in. Now I've got a bung to put in that. And if you remember, that's the big waste pipe sticking out the side of my house. So, and it just goes to nowhere now. So I'm going to chop that off, bit of plastic, and straight into that, and it should work brilliant. And that should push in, because they're a little bit loose. Oh no, we've got a little dog. Hello. We call that one Scruff. Ever so friendly. Comes around for some treats. So there we go. I mean, what more can I say really? But they're cracking bits of kit, these. I do believe, now there may be some better offers. This is around £700, or was it 700 euros? Can't remember. I think it's similar money to what we paid the other one. And they will ship to Bulgaria, like this one has. They've just sent it straight over. They're based in Sweden, so they're in Europe anyway. You can find these in English companies as well, who sell them from, I think it's a company called Woo Woo. But the beauty of this one is it's been tried and tested by a lot of overlanders who have shook and messed around and gone everywhere. And friends of mine with theirs, and he's on his second. The smell is zero. It's the same in our other one at the tiny home. There is zero smells. The fan just pushes it out all the time. You never get anything. And that's the beauty with having a Separett. We was thinking of getting the one with a pipe and feeding it out. It's one less thing to worry about, but we thought it's fine. We'll just do it this way and we can empty it whenever. So any questions, yeah, drop us a message. I'll go and fetch my power pack now, and I'll show you the how quiet the little fan and everything is on this. Okay, so we've hooked up the little fan. Just goes into the top there. Something I forgot to mention. So you've got 7 litres of wee container, 14 litres of your poo it can hold. Now you don't have to buy these if you don't want to. Some people use just normal bags. A 30 litre is best. You don't want to go too small or a bit tight. And one thing I did notice on somebody else's video is if you remove the little blue little ball there to help the smells, it doesn't fall out when you lift up. So just be careful with that. That's supposed to stop your crystallization. Now this, you can cut this up into little pads, and it sits in the bottom of your bucket. So I would say you get 4 squares out of that, and you put that in there. So with any juices at all go into that, this absorbs everything. It's when the two matters mix is when you get smells. So what I do at the tiny home is I sprinkle a little bit of cat litter in, just as an extra absorbent. But there's lots of others. You can buy these. They're quite expensive to buy online, but there is you can buy like a commode on Amazon in little strips. They're a similar sort of thing, but people have tried all sorts of things. But as you can hear, it's very, very quiet fan. To be fair, I don't even think we'll probably need the fan on a lot of the time. It's, you know, we have a toilet downstairs I'm using here now, and it's just a proper all-in-one camping toilet, and it's got no fans, and we don't even smell that. So you only smell it a little bit when you pull it open. But as I say, the whole purpose of going compost here was to save a lot of money. Like I've mentioned before in my rants and stuff, we're doing this place up on a budget, and it's only from monthly, money we get coming in. So, we portion a little bit to fix this place up. We've got electrics, we've got everything to do. There's all these rooms that got to be done. Plastering, tiling. We've got kit it all out yet. So this is godsend, and this is going to help so much save some of our budget. I personally do not mind compost. You can take the compost out and go and empty it on a compost heap. The problem is they call them compost toilets. None of them are really a compost toilet. It takes 6 to 12 months to properly compost. So you're not going to carry that around with you. So if you have an outdoor area, you can maybe go and use it and put it onto it. So that's another idea if you're into all that. But most people are going to literally, just bag it and leave. Now I'll show you the light when you're full. It does, there it all lights up. So when you check that out, it will activate it. It's on a switch in the bottom. But when this is full, that will light up. So that will help save you. There you go, it slots into its spot. You'll notice straight away it will be full. And don't worry about anything going on here. It automatically, everything hides and totally disappears. It's always a worry. I know I've used the one at the tiny home. There is no difference. It's just like a real toilet. People do get caught up in it about, you got to empty it. But I think the world's gone crazy enough now on, it's not a hard thing to do. If you're one of the millions, well, thousands, campers and camping or anything, because don't forget, you can take this camping as well if you wanted to. It's so light, and you know, you can take that camping and have a posh camping toilet in a little tent even. The beauty of this, it's a total versatile. So there's no saying in years to come we don't put a septic tank in here. You know, maybe I might get a digger, maybe I might do it myself. Who knows? The thing is, at the moment, this is just for now. It's going to help us really great. We've literally got a toilet in minutes. It's done. We don't need to plumb it, don't need water, don't need anything. It's done. And that's one big help, because if you can live on the site, it makes life easier. So we've now got one upstairs and downstairs. So fantastic. And you know, the thing is, we're looking at maybe getting a camper as well soon. If sort of I've got like a works pension and bits and bobs to come in about a year. So hopefully we can sort of get ourselves a camper. So this might end up in our camper. We don't know yet. So this is why we went for this version, because it's so versatile. We can swap, change it around, put a real toilet in here, which, you know, we're not going to remove anything. Everything will be here. So if we ever sell this in the future, or I die, who knows, and this gets sold on, it's there. You just literally seconds, unscrew it from the floor and just fit another toilet, you know, if you've got a septic tank to put in. So it's just a case of now is the thing. And it just means we can do one less job, get carried on and start getting all this house livable. So we don't want to spend in the whole 6 months funds all on a hole in the ground. It's just not practical for us at the moment. It means this house is going to be like 2 years before it's livable. So it is a building site, but it won't be a building site long. So hopefully tomorrow, as long as these guys come and do all my windows, and then we can start plastering, we can start fixing the walls, we can start getting the electrics in. A month and I should be able to come in, start laying new floors and slowly get there. So for next spring. But if we have to plumb a whole toilet system in and with everything else, we can add a year on because of the money. So I know there's going to be people going, oh, I'll never sit in one of them. It's dirty, disgusting, emptying your own poo. You just, it's life. You're not, you know, I've been doing it for years. Every camper, everyone's got it. You've all got to take it out and do the walk of shame to the Elson point. But you just get used to it. It's natural, and I don't mind. I mean, I'm emptying at the tiny home because I don't make people staying at my tiny home empty it or do anything. I do that, and it doesn't bother me. You don't see anything, like when you walk, you don't see anything. You have to physically sit down, facing the wrong way, and then it'll open. So it's not like going, ooh, looking there. So they're very discreet. It would be nice if they did a porcelain versions. I can't see why not. I mean, toilets are very cheap, porcelain toilets. So, you know, you could maybe have the bits plastic, but do the rest in porcelain. Yeah, so there's an idea. But fortunately, there's no discount codes I can give you. They've not offered anything at the moment. But I'll leave you all the full description and details. And if you just type in tinyseparett on YouTube, there is loads of other videos giving other reviews. So this is my second one now, and I would say this is going to be fantastic. So we'll keep you updated and show you if we get any problems. If there's any issues we have with it, we will say. You know, I'm honest and we tell you. So fingers crossed. Right, let's go and get the rest of this house fixed up now, and then we can have a shower. Thanks for watching. go in the description and you'll see all the website and everything for them. Okay, right. Welcome back to the review of the tiny toilet. So what I wanted to do, I brought it back to our tiny home, so I can show you the comparison of next to our other one we got from Separett, and it's called the Villa. I forgot before, didn't I? So yeah, so here we go. So this is the first one we bought, which is like a lot bigger sort of design, looks like a toilet as well, and there it is sort of side by side with them. And this one is the one with the wee pipe what goes out and it goes outside, and obviously we've got the air vent going out the top. This is more discreet and all hidden. They're both around about the same price. This one doesn't have a obviously when it's full, because obviously that's just for the wee, the lights up red. This doesn't have one. We put a sticker on as well so people know, but like I say, it is just like a regular toilet. You know, this is the beauty of them. You don't see anything until you sit down, and everything's there. You've got a wee. The other thing is there's lots of extras for these, so you can get a child seat to go in these as well, which is definitely a must if you have got a child. It stops, obviously. It can be a little bit, maybe get some water into the back, but this is lovely. The whole lot just lifts up. This one's for like a bigger, so this one will hold, you can probably get nearly a month, and obviously there's no container in this. I forgot how many litres, I'm sorry. It could be up to 30 litres if I remember rightly. But yeah, as you can see on this one, it's a lot smaller, little tub, and you lift up. Obviously that's all you get, and that's 14 litres. That was 7 litres. So I'm pretty sure that was like it's the size of a great big bucket, so it's great. What I tend to do is, you can get these little pads what sit in there like I've shown you in the other one, but I just sprinkle a bit of cat litter in there and it just soaks any adsorbents up. If anything wet goes in, it just absorbs it. Very cheap, but they are just so easy to do. This one's more of a two-hand. But yeah, so that's their different styles. Now we've had no problems with this. I've even had one couple actually emptied it, and I went, no. And I said, oh, we don't mind. We're used to it. Sorry about the noise. We've got a bloody fan on. Shut up. There you go. So yeah, that gives you a nice comparison of what they're like. You know, sort of size-wise, they're about the same sort of size. Depending what sort of style, I quite like this. This is the one we've, you know, basically we're going to be taking to our new house. And like I said, it's probably only going to be temporary for a year or so until we've finished the house. Then we'll address, because all the pipe work's there, we'll address the pipe work into the garden, into a cesspit tank. But for the meantime, it just means we can spend a lot more on the house. So I was sort of saying about sort of £3,000, but that's if you go into some of these big companies. You can get it a bit cheaper to have cesspits. It was more sort of about 3,000 to 4,000 lev, but then some people I know are charging 7,000 lev. So yeah, it's a bit of a middle range, say about 2.5 to 3 grand. But so yeah, I know some people are like, oh, I wouldn't want that in my house, blah blah blah. Everyone's different in there, you know. We are just going, you know, to use this as our base for now. We're living on Portaloos as it is. I mean, even at our other house, we've got 2 toilets. We've got a proper toilet, and in the bedrooms on the house opposite, we have a camping toilet, so we don't have to go all the way to the other house. So they are just fantastic, and you know, there's so many brands out there, there really is, but these are more sort of the top of the range sort of lines. Get like these nature head ones and stuff, which are quite, you know, they've got a big handle and you can turn it, and they, you know, everyone's got their own place, but these are more classic toilet looking. They're not cardboard, they're not wooden. I mean, some people will go for that option, which is totally fine. It's exactly the same. These are just a bit more quality. Hopefully they're going to last a long time. Obviously we've got a rental, so something like that looks a lot more, you know, posher than just a wooden box, you know. So yeah, and that holds a lot. We had a couple stay for 3 weeks, and there was only 3/4 full. So to give you an idea of, you know, there was a couple who lives, they've got a house here, so it shows you, and literally just go across the road and bag it and empty it, or if you want to do compost you can. So there we go, guys. So yeah, they're both the same, you know, price, and you know, if you want to go and check up more, obviously go to Separett. There you go, it's on there. This is the one we got. Gives you sort of the weights and stuff. Don't know if it tells you there we go. Go to their website. Obviously I chose the green one with the bucket, and yeah, really good. Very simple, very clean. Recommend them totally. Like I say, this one has been used by overlander lorries for a long time. Friends of ours, what's the name? Gap, Deckers is it? They've had 2 now. They're on the 2nd, and they love them. And you know, so that's what we're thinking to do with this. I know it's going to go in our house at the moment, temporary. It's just so we can get on with the rest of the house, save money here and there to get other bigger projects done, and then we'll fit a toilet at a later stage. So this will just literally pick up, go into our camper, because we're going to get a camper, and that's going to go travelling with us, because it's just fantastic. Here it is of compost. If you haven't gone compost, and you was like me, so if you followed me from the beginning, I had a massive overland lorry, and I used to have to carry 2 big cassette cases with me and find places to dump. I tell you, don't. I mean, the UK, van lifers now in the UK will know how hard it was. I was lucky. I had a stop to stay at, you know, for work. So I used to sort of just, you know, hide it down there. But yeah, if you've got a place to actually dump it, then fine. But the beauty of now I've been to this length of going to bag it and everything, it's just game changer, it really is. You can find a bin everywhere, and it is just a natural waste. It can go straight into landfill. It's better than chucking your plastic bottles in landfill, what's going to stay there for thousands of years. So this is what people don't go, putting it into landfill and stuff like that. But you don't realise how much stuff do you put in the bin every day, what's going to be there for thousands of years. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands probably. You know, all these plastic bottles and crap, which won't break down. It's just poo. It's natural. Look at what dogs do when they're outside. It just dries up and it crumbles away and dissolves. So it's just a natural resource. So yeah, people just need to get off that sort of and embrace it probably more, really. You get used to it. I mean, you know, some people are a bit squeamish, but you just don't really see it. By the time your paper and everything's on top, you just grab the bag, you pull it tight, off you go. You know, simple. Like in the tires with the tie. Well, sorry, the other one does. So here we go. So here's the spare. That's the spare bucket you get with this. So that you can literally, when you take out, you can take the whole lot out if you want, and just put this lid on, and it's sealed and then just go and tip it in the bin. The same with this one. All you got to do, you don't need to look at it. You just lift all that up, lift that up, and literally there's a lid to go with that. You just pop the lid on and just carry it out. So if you're a bit squeamish, you can, there's other ways. So there we go, guys. There's my review on these. this one's been now good 8 months. It's been fantastic. We had no problems. Just remember, we had some little children decided to put the little yellow, we have some little oh, what do you call them, the little scented things. I had one in there and they pushed it in and filled them gaps up, and when it weed it leaked. Yes, so have to be careful. That's why we haven't put one back in. But yeah, we've got no more booking. We've got one more booking this week, and that's it really, and that's it for the Christmas and shutdown. So yeah, so there we go, guys. 2 amazing things, and like I say, they do these in different options as well. This one you can get it with a wee container, and obviously you can get that one with the pipe, so vice versa. So it gives you options. So there you go. And also this one has different options for vents, so you don't have to have it up there, you can have it lower, and the same with this one, I believe. It's different vents, so there's a whole massive list of extras you can buy. So there we go. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you again.